Shawn Clement here, Wisdom in Golf, and today we have a very important video as far as distance to ball is concerned. And for all of you people who tend to shank the ball, it's because you don't really have a reference as to what is actually happening right there in front of you. So many of my students, I ask them, did you see the blur of the club as it passes in front of you? And they go, no. And that's an extremely important reference to have. If your brain doesn't have that, it doesn't know where the club is passing when you're swinging, then you will have a tendency to default to the ball in a radical way, because the brain says, I don't know where this is passing. I don't know if I'm going to hit the ball or not. Please make sure we hit that ball. So especially, you know, if you don't hit the ball, you don't look that good out there. So it's really easy to fall prey to that kind of fear. So the first thing we need to do is we need to establish where the club is passing. So you're going to take your posture, and I'm not saying a static posture here. So most people, they go to the ball, they set up, and they go, okay, now I feel nice and still with this ball. Do not allow that golf ball to make you still. You're getting ready, so imagine you got a sandbag in your hands here and you want to heave that sandbag into the back of a pickup truck. You got to be ready to do that. You can't do it from here. You can't do it from here. This feels like a solid posture to do that from. So I bend from the hips, apply my glutes and quads into the arches of my feet. I feel like my feet have nice suction through the arches, right? Like suction cups. And I'm going to perform a swing back and through. So just a nice swing back and through, and observe the blur or where the club is scuffing the mat or the grass. There. It wants to pass there. So if I do a practice swing, let's observe where the club wants to pass during my practice swing. Well, look at that. It wants to pass right there. Again. Well, gosh, the ball better be there. That's where the swing wants to be. So I'll bring that to the ball. There we go. Now, if you try to hit the ball from this position, not going to work, because as you extend to the ball, whoa, look at that. See, I'm clipping that tee. So as I extend to a target, or I just let gravity cut the grass again or brush the grass again, see what happens? So now the club wants to pass in the same spot, so I let it swing, I let it swing. And that distance to ball changes dramatically depending on whether or not I'm going for a ball or I'm letting gravity cut the grass. Huge difference between the two. So for those of you who tend to shank, well, what I'd like to see you do is set up, feel where gravity wants to put it, reach for the ball. Now from there, do your normal backswing and then just let gravity cut the grass and see what happens. Wow, look at that. So I'll get a little closer. Reach the rest. Take your backswing, let it fall where it wants to fall. Look at that, right off the toe. So if you hit the ball off the toe, well, bring it in a little bit closer and we're all set. But for many of you who set up that way, you'll have a tendency to hit the ball solid, because you're going, yeah, what about the ball? So you'll tend to want to swing at the ball. If I relax and let gravity cut the grass, it's passing right there. So I bring that to the ball. Stretch it past the ball. I could start here. Now I'm going to let gravity cut the grass. So it's stretched out. Hey, look at that. I'm allowing gravity to track my arm club unit, and I'm letting it cut the grass. So notice how it doesn't matter where I start. from my solid position. So what I want to try and do is I want to cut grass as far away from my body as possible while staying in that nice posture. There we go. I could start there, let it swing back, and then let gravity brush the grass. See how that works? So for each and every one of you, there is a point, and I'm not saying let the arms collapse into you. I'm saying let the arms fall past you into your finish. So if you're in a good position where the arms are hanging in front of you, you're not reaching yourself off balance, you're not collapsed into yourself, you feel like your arms can swing freely in front of you while being in balance. There you go. That's where mine wants to be. So from there, bring that. If that's where the ball is, we're good as long as you don't try to hit it. If you try to hit it, that's where all hell's going to break loose again. So all you want to do is just let gravity track the club. And, you know, do this with all your clubs. You'll notice that with the shorter irons, when you take a wedge in your hand, so let me get my beautiful Glide 2.0 wedge that I just received. And so I let it swing back and through. That's where it wants to pass. I let it swing through again. And that was right on the button. So you can see how I'm finding the center of my clubs, not by trying to hit it, but by letting gravity track the arm club units like a ball and a string. So every one, so you know, if I take my wedge here, see that? That's how far my hands are going to be from my body. Now you'll notice that if I take a fairway wood, the fairway wood is going to be a heck of a lot further away. So if I do the same thing, let it, there it is. So it wants to pass there. Bring it in. Notice how my hands are further away from my body. My wedges were here. 7-iron is going to be here, 5-iron is going to be there. There we go. There's my 4 wood. So then I allow it to track, and I'm focusing on the sole of the club, deflecting along the ground and the grass. I'm just going to let gravity do that for me. See how that works? That was right on the button. So I'm never trying to hit the ball. I'm always focused on letting gravity track my arm club unit, my swing, and I'm feeling where I need to be for the sole of the club to cut grass. So if I started up here, just let it swing back and through, I can see the blur is not touching the grass. Get lower. Well, the ball better be there. Let gravity brush the grass again. Let it brush. Let it brush. There's solid contact once more. So, hope you enjoyed that. And, you know, have fun with it. See where it wants to pass. Place the club there, and then doesn't matter where you put it after that. The key is to let it swing in the direction it wants to swing. Don't interfere. Have fun.